Hi, I'm Philip Walter Smith. Today I'd like to talk to you about the year 2020. In my opinion, 2020 was an excellent year. The pandemic created lots of change. There was suffering everywhere. Many of my friends and acquaintances and colleagues felt the effect of COVID-19. My heartfelt prayers are with everybody who was impacted by the virus. And I do not take for granted my health and ability to have continued work and leisure activities that I was involved in. I saw it as a moment in time to complete some of the things I started. And I also took time to be creative and productive. In January, the flat in Moscow was sold. All the stuff that had been accumulated in the last 20 years was dealt with. It was very simple. It was either going to go to America to be sold or to be used in my residence in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. February provided time to sort all the stuff and get it moved. After the movers left the flat in Moscow, I took a quick trip to the United States to collect more stuff from various places in Maryland. There were things in my hometown, there were things at my niece's house, at my brother's house, and other places. It was a great visit with my daughter Valerie and her husband, plus my brother and his wife, and then their daughter with her family. When I got back to Bishkek, we completed the agreement to buy a very comfortable 3-bedroom apartment in the center of the city. And the next day, we were off to the Maldives for a delayed honeymoon, a celebration of Marim's birthday, and a toast for International Women's Day. On the way back, we stopped in Istanbul for a few days to visit relatives. We got back to Bishkek on a Sunday in mid-March. The next day, we closed on the purchase of the apartment. Tuesday was moving day, where we moved everything that we had moved to Bishkek or that was already there. And it was the first day of the quarantine that was imposed in Kyrgyzstan. The airport was closed. I wasn't going to be going anywhere. The next 6 months involved taking lemons and making lemonade. I finished writing Gates of Stone, which is the second historical fictional novel of the trilogy I began in 2007. And I started on the third novel of that series. My book, After the White Lights, was finished and is in the final stages of editing. That book describes the events surrounding a near-death experience after I died on the operating table and again in the hospital bed and came back each time. There are details of the changes in the way I looked at life. There are some suggestions of how those changes have made me a more comfortable person with myself. I wrote You Are the Most Important, which is a motivational presentation to show you how to love yourself, how you can build the life you want, how you can reduce your stress, and at the same time help others. It was translated to Russian. The sales of the Russian version started in December. Orders are being taken now for the English version, which has been finished, has been printed, and sales started last week in Ghana. It will also be for sale in the United States. It will be available on Amazon, probably by the end of July, but definitely in August. Memories and Incidences a collection of short stories. It was also completed in 2020. It contains some of the many events that provided much of my experience and recalls some of the situations and incidences and problems from other rather hostile areas. After the final editing, it should be available for sale in 2022. The virus kept me inside for 6 months. I was outside of the flat 8 times during that period. But when I was inside, I got some stuff done. Stress was an issue before I took control of stress in my life. Everyone I could think of who had a negative effect on my life at any time in the past 75 years was forgiven. The total monetary value and effect of all those negative happenings was well over $2 million. They are forgiven and will never enter my mind again. And my stress level dropped to almost zero. I feel good about everything I accomplished in the year. Marim and I did our best to help others where we could, and we made some very significant contributions in other cases. Every time we completed one of those, I had really good feelings. And the joy from doing those activities of helping other people is just immeasurable. My work in Ghana resumed in the last quarter of the year. Steps were retaken to start one small business that now employs 25 people. The work at the fully integrated company where I work today will generate more than 7,000 jobs when we finally get everything up and operating. There is plenty of time to think, to read, and to write. I caught up on watching films that I haven't seen in the past. In addition to watching 370 films and documentaries, I read another 28 books. So many people may not have liked 2020. I enjoyed it and made the most of it. And the lemonade from those lemons was used with Jack Daniels to prepare my Lynchburg lemonade. I wish everybody safety and wellness and love and peace to all of you. I invite you to look at our website, www.philipwaltersmith.com. We are on social media under the name Philip Walter Smith. I would love to hear from you. If you have a message, just send me an email, philipwsmith@hotmail.com. Thank you very much.